So, welcome to 4-H Lunch and Learn series for the Community Education Initiative through Apple. So, my name is Kathy Jameson, and I'm from Michigan State University Extension. I am an extension educator with 4-H, and I'm super happy that you joined us today. Today, we're going to learn a little bit about storyboarding through iMovie. And one of the storyboard apps that we're going to use is something that's called About Me. So I'm so happy that you all joined us today for our Lunch and Learn. Oops, let me go back. Went too fast. So today what we're going to learn about is we're going to do a little intro to iMovie, and then we're also going to learn about adding media. For instance, both video and pictures. And then we'll talk a little bit about editing your video, um, and talking about styles, text, music, and even doing voiceovers and filters. We're going to recap our learning, and then we're going to brainstorm some applications, and then we're going to ask you to do a short survey if you are willing at the very end. So that's what we have planned for today. So storyboards, the cool thing about storyboards, they are a fast and easy way to start creating common types of videos. You can see in the picture on the right some of the um, different kinds of videos that we can create, and I'll show that to you in a little bit more detail a little bit later. So they're pre-made templates, many to choose from. And the cool thing is they provide a step-by-step guide to help capture all the right clips you need to tell your story. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to open our iMovie app. So what I need to do is I need to stop sharing this screen and then share another screen. So give me a moment while I do that, because I'm going to share my iPad so you can see me in action. Okay, so first thing, this is the home page of my iPad. So the key here is you need to get to iMovie. So in order to do that, you want to put your finger in the middle of your screen and then just push it down, and then your search button will show up, and you can type in iMovie and it'll show up. Since I've used it recently, it's right here. And notice it's purple with a star and a camera in the center there. So this will take you to the iMovie homepage, and I've been playing around with it quite a bit. But we're going to start a new project. And so at the very bottom, you'll see that there's start a new project. So I'm going to push that. And then we're going to go over storyboarding today. There are Magic Movie is another really cool feature of iMovie, but we're not going to go over that today. And then if you just want to make a movie all by yourself without any of the templates, then you would choose the far right, make a movie from scratch. But we're going to do the storyboarding. So as you can see, there are numerous different storyboards that you can choose from. So there is About Me, which is literally that, and that's the one we're going to use today. But you can see let's say you're an expert cook and you want to share a video on how to do a recipe. You could use that. Or a DIY, let's say you're handy and you wanted to show somebody how to fix something, or how it works. Or maybe you want to make a film or have a Q&A session, or maybe you do an entrepreneurship program such as myself and you want to have the kids do a product pitch. So there's lots of different options to explore. So we're going to choose About Me for this activity. So you just click on that and it's going to take you to a style sheet. Now, lots of templates to choose from. And you'll notice you could just scroll all the way through. Some of them aren't downloaded, excuse me, but some of them are. And you can just play around. So you can just push which one you want. You'll notice that each one has a different font. It'll have a different music. It'll have a different color. It might even have a filter. So you just want to look around and try to find one that suits your style. So I am going to go with the essential one. So once you've picked your style, and you can play around with that as well, because each style has a font. So if you click the A down at the bottom, you can sort of see that the fonts are different. So you can go with a different font, and you would just click on the one that you wanted. And notice that it'll have a blue outline, and that'll be the one that you've selected. So you can sort of look at each one of them, and if there's one that you like, you want to find one. So I'm going to go with the Avenir Next Bold. So that was the first one. So I didn't change it, so you just go back. So no changes were made. You can change the color of your font. Notice that there's a few options to choose from. So I'm going to try the blue one or the purple one. I like that one. So I did make a change, so then I have to push done at the top right corner. How's everybody doing so far? Let me look at the chat. Okay, no questions? All right. So once you pick the color you want, you can just push done. Another option is the last one is filters. So there's lots of filters to choose from. And I think I am going to go with a sort of a, ooh, I could do the silent error. But I'm going to go with I think I'm going to go with paper. No, I'm going to go with paper. So that way there's a filter on my sheet. So you can sort of see how it's changed the color of my background. Once you have your music picked out, your font style, your font color, and your filter, you would push create. And you'd find that in the upper right-hand corner here. So once you've picked everything, just push create. So it's now creating a video template. So in the About Me, you'll notice that there's lots of different things to choose from, and they have it set up. So this is what's nice about it, is it's a template. So now we have to add video or pictures to your movie. So in order to do that, there is a plus sign on right where the picture is. So I'm going to push plus. So you can edit the clip, you can rename the clip, you can take video or photo or choose from the library. So we're going to give you a moment. If you want to use something that you already have, that's great. Or if you want to take a quick video of yourself, or if you happen to have a photo of yourself, just pick a video or photo or something. So I'm going to take some from my library just out of ease. So I recently went to Gatlinburg with my husband. So I'm going to use some videos from this. So I'm going to pretty much do a little video about my trip. So the first one I'm going to pick is this picture here. That was a pretty cool picture. And notice that that picture came up. I recommend when doing a video in the storyboarding is for you to do all the pictures first and then to edit later if you want to add voiceover or other sounds and so forth. So let's say I want to change the name of this first video. I'm going to push edit, the little pencil. I'm going to rename this clip. And notice, I don't know if you can see, but my cursor's there. Right now it says medium shot. And I'm going to change this to I'm deleting that. And I'm going to call it intro. Okay, so it says title. Well, we're going to add the title text a little bit later. So I'm going to just do that. And I'm going to add some more pictures. And feel free to add some of your own while we're doing this. But I'm going to go back to my library and I'm going to use my Gatlinburg trip. And I'm going to add some more. Picture of my husband. I'm going to add some more pictures. I'll add a couple more. And you keep on doing that until you have all your pictures in. Let's say you wanted to add a whole new slide. At the bottom, you can see it says add. So you can add, whoops, you can add a whole new slide if you'd like. So you can add a clip with the title, or you can choose from your library. So I don't really have any more that I want to add, but let's see. I'll just take something. Here's another one. So there's another one. It's not of Gatlinburg, but that's okay. Just to show you that. So once you have all your pictures done, and if you wanted to edit all your different names, you can. Because you just push the pencil here to edit. You can rename it. Or let's say you don't like that picture, you can retake your video or photo, or you can delete it, which is nice. So there's some that we're not going to use, so I'm going to delete those right now. So I'm going to go to the edit and, well, actually, I'll do that in a second. So once I'm all done, I'm going to push done at the top. And here it is. So I'm going to still edit. I still need to edit it. So you got to pick one of your slides to start editing. So we're going to edit the clip. So you'll notice these are all the pictures that I added to my thing. There's a couple that I don't want to use that I'm not using. So here I'm going to just delete them here. So there's a little delete button down at the bottom. Whoops. So I'm going to just delete it. So I'm going to delete all the ones I don't want to use or I didn't fill in. So that way I have just the ones I want. Thanks, Tracy. So now here's where we're gonna add our text. So you notice that there's a title there. If I wanted to change my title and move it to a different place, you can do that still. So let's say I want to have it here instead. So now I'm going to change the text. So at the bottom here, there's a text button. So now you type in your text. So I am going to call it My Travels. Okay, and when I'm done typing in my text, I can push done. So if you want to extend this picture, you can do that by, so I'm going to edit. So I'm going to make this bigger so I can stretch it out. It might not let me, depending how big it is. So actually you can go to speed. If you go to speed, I can make it, if I make it slower, it'll go through that picture over a longer period of time. So you can go to each one of them, and maybe you might want one shorter, so you can edit that one. So you gotta be on it, and then you can edit. But let's just go with the first one. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a voiceover. And the reason I want to have all the pictures in is because I will do my voiceover throughout the whole video. So the voiceover, there's a voiceover button at the bottom. You click voiceover, and you can start a new voiceover. My voice is a little bit scratchy today, so let me get some more water. Okay, that's better. Okay, so I'm going to start a new voiceover. So when I'm ready, I'm going to hit the record button. Did I count down to 3? Hi, I recently went to Gatlinburg with my husband, and I'm going to share my travels. This is my husband, Ken, who scored, and we met lots of friends. And my husband even made friends with a polar bear. We ended up going to some cool places and even some hiking in the hills. I recommend going to Gatlinburg. So I can review this and see if I like it. And it's going to play it for me. And if I like it, I'm going to accept it. And if I don't, then I would delete it and try over. So we're going to go back. And we can edit some more if you want, but you can sort of see the volume of the music. Did we like the volume? So notice there's different levels of the music part and then my speech. So you can adjust that there. If you don't like the music, you can change the music. So you can go to the soundtracks. There's a lot of different choices to go with. So, and they're broken down into different categories. So this is the chill category. You got sentimental, you got retro, action, holidays and events, and then they have themes. So do you know, bright theme, a modern theme, and so forth. So I sort of liked music that I already chose, but you can play around and you can pick out a song, the music that goes best with your theme. And then since I didn't make any changes, I can just go back and cancel. So when you're done with your movie, you can go back and you push done at the top here. You can still edit it at any point. Or if you wanted to, if you're real happy with it, and let's play it back and see what it sounds like. I don't know if it's going to work here. Maybe my volume's not up. Let's see. Well, you're not going to be able to see it. That's okay. But let's say I wanted to share it. So you can do the share button at the bottom here. And you have a few options of where you want to share it. You can share it with send it to family, friends, or post on a social media, or you can export your project. So you can export it by airdropping it. Maybe you want to mail it or message it, or you can save it to your files. So any options that you want. I know I went really fast. So I am going to, before I stop sharing and go through what I just went over, any questions? Anybody want me to go over a different step? Because I'm not seeing a lot of questions. Okay. I'm going to stop sharing. And I'm going to share again. just so we can recap what we did today. So let me share my screen one more time. Okay, so hopefully you're seeing my screen. And let me make it full screen. Okay, so in order to do a movie using Storyboard, you just want to go to iMovie and then you want to select Storyboard. You don't have to select the About Me. You can pick any of the templates and play around because there's really cool templates and each one will ask you different questions. So then you have an opportunity to select the music, your font, your color, and your filters, and then you want to push create. So then after that, you want to use your placeholder on the left sidebar, and that's where it's like movie clip. And then you add things in real time or take things that you already have created. You have an opportunity to rename the clips, and then you can edit the clips, add titles and text and voiceover. You can delete the clip if you no longer want it, and then preview your movie. And to do that, you play in full screen button to play your movie in full screen. And then you can continue till your storyboard is filled. And then when you're finished your storyboard, you press done, and then you can share it. And you press the export button that looks like that, or you can save the storyboard to your camera roll or share it with others through iMessage, email, or AirDrop. Few editing tips: you can add a clip or photo outside a placeholder. We did that at the end there. You just tap add and add button, and then tap choose from your library, then tap the video clip or photo you want to add. So let's say you might be using a different, maybe you're using clips and you wanted to add something from clips, you could do that. Like I said, if you want to delete the media, just tap edit button to the right and then tap delete media. You can shorten or lengthen a clip. You just tap a clip, tap edit button, and then edit the clip. So you can drag that yellow trim handle from the front or in the back, and then you'll be done there. So this is the time for sharing. These are just some of my ideas of how you can use iMovie. I think it's a great icebreaker, especially about me. They can do it in a few minutes, just introducing themselves, answering the questions that were in the About Me. It's a great introduction to movie making. It's perfect for the young kids to post on their social media accounts. You could also, another application is a lot of the kids in 4-H, they have market animals. So rather than introducing themselves, they can introduce their animal and tell them how they've been, what they've been feeding it, a little bit about their weight and the breeds and so forth. iMovie is great for promoting 4-H, the different projects that the kids are involved in, events that they're that are coming up. The pitch contest, that is one of the options. And then a cool thing that one of our kids did recently is they did some community service. They actually went to a animal shelter and they took videos of the animals to help promote those animals on social media so they could find homes for the kids. So that's another option as well. This is the time when, if you have ideas, please share so others can learn from you. Feel free to unmute or type in the chat some of your ideas. And then lastly, we have a short survey for you to complete. Any
Yeah, this
questions?
was great. I think that one of the things that could also be done is there are different templates, right? Not
Yes,
just the About Me, but
yes.
for public presentations, if they really rehearse it really well, to match the time of their public presentation length, they could use one of the templates as a backdrop for their public presentation.
Oh, absolutely, Rodrigo, for sure. Yeah, there's tons of templates. I just chose the first one. But each one has different questions, so that's a great suggestion. Okay, I can see this app being used for our 4-H camp counselors to introduce themselves and promote registration for summer camps. Fantastic, Sarah. Thanks for sharing. Other ideas. And I know I went through that pretty quickly, but it's really just fun, and it's really a matter of just playing around with it. It's not too difficult.